We now turn to regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. CARICOM leaders are warning criminals from all member states that soon they will not be able to hide in other territories. Speaking at the closing media briefing for the 46th Head of Government meeting, Grenada's Prime Minister said legislation is coming soon that will empower police officers to arrest criminals regardless of jurisdiction. More from CNC3 Television.
While the proposed CSME legislation will make free movement easier for regional citizens, CARICOM leaders are well aware that the benefits come with the caveat.
It isn't only legitimate businessmen, women, or citizens who are moving. The criminals are also moving.
Speaking at the closing media conference for the 46th CARICOM Heads of Government meeting in Guyana, the Grenadian Prime Minister said the region cannot turn a blind eye to the criminality it endures.
There are, in fact, professional killers, hired shooters, and hired gunmen who ply their trade throughout the Caribbean.
To combat this free movement of criminals, CARICOM leaders have pledged that between now and July, they will be working assiduously to implement a Caribbean arrest warrant. Because as Prime Minister Mitchell explained,
as it stands now, someone is wanted in Trinidad and Tobago and find themselves in Grenada or Barbados. It is extremely difficult for law enforcement to apprehend and return them.
Barbadians are being urged to know the risks associated with tsunamis. The advice is coming from the Director of the Department of Energy Management, Kerry Hines. The plan is to ensure that every constituency along coastal areas is prepared. More from CBC News, Barbados.
It is about safeguarding families, livelihoods, and property. Disaster resilience is a collective responsibility of all sectors of society, including government, business, non-state actors, schools, individuals. If all these stakeholders work in tandem with each other towards a common goal and with sheer commitment and dedication, the product will be an improved, disaster resilient Barbados.
The objective is to develop and enhance the preparedness and response capabilities of all coastal communities to the potential threats of tsunamis. This is important because we know that when a tsunami arrives, communities are ready to respond. Lives are saved.
And in international news, armed groups have stormed Haiti's largest prison, defying police forces who have called for help after days of gunfire in parts of the capital, as a major gang leader seeks to topple Prime Minister Ariel Henry.
The National Penitentiary is where Haiti's highest-profile criminals were locked up. For 3 days, gang members threatened to storm the jail. After fierce gunfights which turned the streets of Port-au-Prince into a battleground, they succeeded in releasing fellow gang members. Civilians were caught in the middle of the street battles.
Armed gangs are onto us. We can't take it anymore. We have nowhere to go.
With no police to be seen in several parts of the city, shops and properties have been looted. Police say they are not equipped to deal with the gang violence.
It is outrageous that all of the country's authorities are driving around in armoured cars, while the people have no armoured vehicles, and the police don't even have bulletproof vests. I paid for this bulletproof vest and this helmet that I'm wearing right now out of my own pockets.
The gang members, who control large parts of the country, are demanding the resignation of acting Prime Minister Ariel Henry. He flew to Kenya last week to try and finalize a deal to send Kenyan security personnel to Haiti as part of a UN-backed task force to restore order.
And that's it for regional and international news.